Hey, hey, just gonna wait a few minutes. If you're in my chat or subscribing, I hope you all are well today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button after you're on your way out. It would be so amazing. It really would. Hello. How is everybody? I'm sorry, I just got a text message. Hello, my friends. I hope all is well. I'm just going to wait a few minutes. Most definitely. All right. Let's see. I hope people will start coming in. I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes, but I'll be here to chit chat with you. I hope my special friend who is watching, I hope if you're watching now, I hope you feel better, my dear. Very much so. It can be really frustrating when you're not feeling well and can like ruin your day. But I've had a little pretty good day today. Finished filing taxes, wrote a check for those taxes. I tell you, it sure does get to me. That's a lot. Tax day is a big day, but we're all good now. Most definitely. Just waiting for a couple more people to come in. I know it's kind of dinnerish time. And I know I didn't really, I should have scheduled this a lot earlier. Hey, Beezer. Aw, you've been summoned to my 5-year-old grandson's house. Awesome. Thank you. And just love on that sweet little boy. I'm sure he's so excited. His grandma is coming over. That's sweet. But yeah, definitely. You'll have to catch up on that. Yeah, but tonight's topic, I kind of wanted to talk about what in the world that doesn't work for us, or what in the world wasn't made for all little people. And I use that. These are things that are based off my own experience. Definitely. So I just thought I would talk about it and see how, kind of find the similarities between all of us and see if you have those same issues or if there are things that the world doesn't have made for you as a everyday thing that's constantly in your way, or you're not tall enough, or you're not short enough. It's like a painting. I hate painting um walls, but I, even if I do the low part and you do the high part, I still don't like to paint, but it does work. Hey, Roger. How are you, my friend? It's so good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And just as I was saying to the couple of people that are here, I really wanted to talk about tonight what in the world that doesn't work for little people or myself, that the world, or even your community, or even in your new home, that some things we don't think about. Roger, I'm doing great. Thanks. It was kind of a busy day today, taxes, but the weather was amazing and it was a lot of fun. Very much so. It was a good day. Everybody here has been fed and watered, for those of you who know me. But yeah, everybody. I'm talking, I only have humans that live with me, so they're all taken care of. But I will just wait a couple more moments. But I kind of, there are several things that I don't think I had to really think about that wasn't made for me. Hey, just keep it real. Welcome in. I hope you are having a fantastic evening. We are. I'm very excited. So, we only have a handful of people in here, and I think in about 2 minutes, I'm going to, get started. Yeah, doesn't it look great? I did exactly he did what he wanted. I just wanted thicker chunks so you could see some of my hair in here. Of course, I have sunglasses on, but to make it more chunky. So, yeah, it works out good. But, tomorrow morning I'll have to wash it because whatever they put in my hair, they don't style it the way I do. This is a little like flat ironed, which I usually don't do. But thanks for loving it. So, oh, she's on someone's panel right now. Who's the lucky victim? But that's all right. Even, we can't count on all those when Michelle's going to go live. And I feel kind of bad that I don't get to see her, but I made this commitment to all of you and it should be good. Definitely. But I kind of wanted to talk. You'd rather be here. Thank you. I love you for sure. Oh my gosh, something happened to me. I bumped something and I can't see anybody's comments. So I don't know what to say. And now I really can't see anybody's comments. And I don't know. Hopefully. No, I'm not going to remove myself. Solo layout. I don't know. I want to unhide the chat. Show the chat is what I want to do. Ooh. Oh, exit full screen. I think that's what I want. Oh, show that. Sorry. It's not working very well. I got so excited. There we go. But now I have to see, comments. Now I figured it out. Sorry, guys. I really apologize. That one of the topics I kind of wanted to talk about, and I thought this would be a really good interactive type of conversation, that if people want to pop up on my live and we talk about things that are similarities or just as hard for you as it is for me. Oh, Roger, it's raining here where you live today. Oh, that's a bummer. It was like 80 degrees here today in Wisconsin, so that was really nice. But there are some things that are pretty obvious, and one of them being on a roller coaster. And when I was young and in high school, it was really nice that I could pretty much be on um, any roller coaster that I wanted to go on when I was like in high school, and we'd go to Six Flags all the time. Right, Samantha? Yep, we've heard about to the museum. Oh, I know. It's tiring. It is. For a while, it's funny and a good drama, but then you just get tired of it. And Samantha, I'm glad to see you. I know you're not feeling the greatest, but I'm glad you were able to be here. And like, I loved roller coasters. I like the thrill of the ride. And that was before I had children, of course, because then my whole life changed and I couldn't do any of that. But as I had gotten older and my kids were getting older, from babies, where they could go to an amusement park, they had all these height restrictions. Like, they would allow a 5-year-old who was maybe an inch taller than me to go on a major roller coaster, but not me being an adult. And that's just kind of a lot of a sore subject. It really is. It's, and I just can't understand why. Because, like, in my situation, it would be different if I was like itty bitty, teeny tiny. I get that. But I would sit in a roller coaster ride and be, more looking out the window, and I can see where if a 5-year-old was sitting next to you, they couldn't see out the window, in the front. So, yes, roller coasters and the laws around them or their safety standards really don't work necessarily for little people. So that was challenging. Hey, Beezer, drive carefully, my dear, and enjoy once you get there. Um, some other things that I kind of um, thought about was like shopping carts at Costco, for an example. Their shopping carts are huge, and in most grocery stores, even like Target or Walmart or any of those places, have these big jumbo shopping carts, and like literally the handlebar comes like this on me. So what I wind up doing is I wind up pulling the shopping cart because we really can't see over the top. And then when you put those big things in, then you really don't see. Like, put a package of toilet paper in that shopping cart and nobody can see out. Or you're at Target and you need to pick up a plastic bin. The bin gets in the cart, and before you know it, you can't see. So, like, shopping carts, I really dislike. In a lot of the finer grocery stores like Trader Joe's or a small family business grocery store, their shopping carts are a little bit smaller, and that is just so much better. But again, at Costco and Target, I can't reach inside the cart to pull my stuff out unless it's big and tall. So typically, like when we are grocery shopping or at Target, it's a little bit of a challenge. And usually the customer service people at the checkout are more than happy to help us unload our cart. Or you can have a store like Trader Joe's and they unload it for you, which is such a blessing. It really is. And they really And it's true, like, just keep it real said. Just at Trader Joe's, they give me a shopping assistant. So if I go there and all I have to do is ask anybody that I see, will you shop with me? That's completely fine. Or if you a person feels more comfortable, go to the customer service desk and say, "Hey, I need a shopping assistant." Because yes, the high up shelves I can't reach, like grinding your own coffee, right? It's so nice at Trader Joe's. Any of their employees, no matter who it is, will help you grind your coffee beans and they'll do that all for you. It's super sweet. I don't have to do it. And not that that would bother me, but I can't reach the coffee grinder even to put my little beans in. So it's kind of crazy. It's not good. Oh, you have to ask strangers all the time. Sir, can you reach that for me? I know. My biggest thing that I say, and you're going to love it, is, hey, would you be kind to do me a tall favor? Because, yeah, it's pretty tall up there. But that is kind of the fun that I have. And when you ask a stranger or somebody for assistance, usually they are so excited um, to help you. And it's the same way like at Trader Joe's, too. They always are excited to shop with me. This is a little weird, but yeah, it's pretty great. Yes, people in general are so nice when you ask. Complete strangers. It is. The world is a better than we think sometimes. They are. And, there's so much judgment on people, but what I have found where I live, and same where you live, just keep it real. The South is super friendly and super kind, and it's like that up here too. Everybody is very kind. I've never really had somebody say, "No, I'm not going to help you." Well, they would never. They Yeah, I've never experienced that. Someone not being kind to help me do something. It's true. So yeah, shopping and shopping carts. Hi. If you go to Aldi's though, everything is pretty low. Like all of their things, for some reason, their shelves aren't very high, maybe four shelves high, maybe five, but those seem to be pretty good. But they just don't really stock their shelves. Everything is in boxes. The weird thing I've noticed is men seem to be more willing than women. Yes, they do. I completely agree with that. Completely agree. And that is kind of something that I have had in that I like doctors, whether it's a doctor for myself or for my daughter. I prefer male doctors versus women. And I don't know, like, I have a very strong personality and I try to be very educated or by studying and researching and things like that. Men have more, I think, of an open mind. And with my interactions with women is it's always like a competition. And it's so weird, but maybe men on men think that same way that I think too about women, because I do know a lot of men who would rather have a female physician. I have literally like climbed up into the freezer areas to reach items up high. I know, isn't that funny? Exactly. And when Caden was little, I'd have him do that. And people were like freak out. Oh my gosh. But he loved it. He loved doing that. And I can climb in the refrigerator section. The only thing is, like how they have like the low refrigerator sections that's more like an open freezer, like they'll have butter or something like that. He would climb inside of that to reach what I needed. And of course, he would stand like on the groceries that were in the freezer just to get it. But he was so proud to be able to reach that, because that your average, how do I say this? Your average grocery store, they're not as helpful, or that you don't find anybody to help. Like Target, you have to like look for somebody. Same if you were to go to Walmart, but I don't go into Walmart to shop. I just do my shopping online. So that makes a huge difference. I used to think if it wasn't on the lower shelf, I wouldn't buy it at all. You know what? I'm going to drop this link in my StreamYard here and go and put it in here if anybody wants to come up here and just chat as well about your experiences. I know not a lot of people are in here now, but I want to make sure that people can be here. So yeah, if you want to take a link and then we can just have a conversation back and forth, that would be great too, because I think a lot of the situations we all run into, we all have experienced. What else? Shopping cart, car rentals. The car rental agencies really don't offer pedal extensions when you're renting a car. And cars that have extendable gas and brake pedals, they don't go very much more than like 6 inches. So that can be an issue too. If we were to rent a car, we would definitely, we would definitely bring our own pedals, and then we would have to put them on as well. So yeah, car rentals are not the easiest. Freezers and refrigerators at your home, they really don't make too much of a horizontal refrigerator freezer. Maybe they do in Europe or something, but I've never seen them here in the US. That if it's a side by side, the shelves just get too high. And same with the freezer, or the freezer's too high. You need to have a lot of, you have to have a stool to get in there too. It's pretty crazy. Hey, just keep it real.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so glad you're here.
How are you?
I'm good. And you having a good evening?
Yeah, your hair looks so good.
Doesn't it? I love it, because what I like,
I was gonna say, take your glasses off.
doesn't that look good up there?
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Hold your head down a little bit more. Oh, I like it. Chunky, chunky.
Yes, and that's kind of what I wanted because I
Yeah,
saw this ombre thing um on in a picture, and I'm like, so I was studying their hair. So I told Tyler I wanted to have it like chunky.
I like it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's fun.
Look to your left.
What?
Look to your left.
I don't think I understood
Look
that.
this way.
Oh, look to my left.
Yeah, and hold your. I'm trying to see the sides. Ooh, I like it. Thank
Yeah,
you,
like right here.
thank you, fiance. I heard you. Thank you for helping me explain.
You can talk. He's giggling.
I miss you, Mr. Spicy.
I miss you too.
Ooh, I can't wait to see you and
Yeah,
hug
we
you
gotta plan
again.
something again for sure.
I know, right?
Exactly. He's so patient with me today. It was so nice.
He's a
But
sweetheart.
he is. We were talking about different things, and I talked to the kids about this like topic. And Kaden, Olivia ran into this issue. She works at Amazon,
Right.
and they do not make, she is required, supposedly required. It's a company policy that everybody wears steel toed shoes.
Yeah.
And she wears a size 1 in kids, and they don't make steel toed shoes.
Oh, wow. What does she do then?
She just wears what she can find, as long as they're like a black, a sneaker like shoe. Because I think maybe some sneakers have like a steel toe. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about that.
God.
So, yeah, I thought
Maybe
that was
maybe we can
interesting.
do maybe we can do some research and find something for her.
I know I spent a lot of time looking, but sometimes it's all about keywords, and you don't think about it. Like I put steel toed shoes for child size 1 because she has tiny feet. She wears
Right.
between a 13 and a 1 kid shoes. So it's quite a thing. Hey,
Right.
Georgia mom, how
Hey,
are
Georgia
you?
Mama. How are you?
Oh,
I bet you could get some. You know what?
what?
My ex-husband works for the railroad,
Uh-huh.
and he has to order his, like, if they don't buy these certain boots, they will literally get fired. And he's been with the railroad for like 30 plus years.
Right.
And because he has a size 13 foot, he
Mm-hmm.
has to order his boots from a specialty company.
Right.
Maybe I can ask him if they could, you know, specially make something for Olivia. I'll ask him.
They may be able to. Oh, hi, Georgia mom. It's nice to meet you. You're taking your son to the grocery store with me. Comes in handy. I've had to stand on the buggy before. Yeah, for sure. Don't we all? And Jack Roma, welcome in. You think that they do make steel toed shoes for little people, like for children, child size? That's cool. I had no idea. That would be
Yeah, Jack,
interesting.
her daughter's a little person, so she can't just go to a regular store and buy steel toe shoes.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Jack, welcome to my chat. And Georgia Mom, looking excited to get to know you guys. But yeah, I'm sure. And it could just be what we're not putting in all the details. But that would be good information to find out from him if certain people need to.
I'll ask him, and in fact, I'll text him after you're live, and
Mm-hmm.
I bet he has the answer because he struggles with that too. But he's on the opposite end. Like his foot is huge, you know.
Like way too big, like a basketball player's.
Yeah, so he has to
True.
have them specially made or whatever. But I mean, I feel like if they can specially make a large one, they could specially make a small
Mm-hmm.
one for Olivia, you know.
Right. Exactly. Georgia Mom I was wondering why no one was talking to me. I was way behind. That happens to me too sometimes, definitely. Well, I'm glad you got caught up. And Gator Hater, good to see you in here. And thank you for being in my chat. That is so sweet. I know there's a lot. Oh, Georgia Mom, and you're way off topic. That's really fun. I know people are coming in and out because there's a human that draws a lot of a drama person that draws a lot of attention when she's on someone's panel. But I'm grateful for all of you guys who are here.
Yeah, they'll
But
catch the replay for sure.
oh, definitely. And Georgia Mom, you talk about the word buggy. Like up here, we talk call it a cart, your shopping cart. But I think that's so funny that you all say a buggy. Do you say a buggy? Just keep it real.
Yeah, it's a buggy.
It's a southern thing, that's for
It
sure.
is. It's a buggy in
Oh,
the South.
uh-huh. Georgia Mama was way off topic. LOL. She is trash. Sorry, not sorry, but I do have to get in the shower. LOL. Oh my goodness.
Well, thanks for
Yep.
stopping in, Georgia Mom.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. And it's good to get to know you. It's very cool. Right in Just Keep It Real's neighborhood in the fine state of Georgia.
Whoop, whoop.
Exactly. Go Bulldogs. At least I got that right.
Dogs. Go dogs. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, yeah, just dogs. Georgia's mom says she's missed a lot to I take care of my grandfather and work. That's so sweet. So kind. I know,
See,
like it's
she said
busy.
go dogs. Yeah, go
And
dogs.
and me, I would have spelt it DOGS.
No,
But
no,
that's not the
no.
southern way to spell things, is it?
Well, that's how you spell dogs for the Bulldogs. Whoop,
Right.
whoop.
Exactly. How sweet. Hey, another thing that I was thinking about that's not made for little people or even people who are short. Have you ever been at like the stove, like cooking, and it's one of those stoves where the knobs are way in the back
Oh, yeah.
and you have to
Yeah.
bend over? Oh my gosh, I've almost burned my boobs. I don't know how many times. And I usually use like something to turn the knobs. But because we rent, we're kind of stuck with an electric stove with the knobs in the back. But when I had our own home, when we made sure to buy a stove with the knobs all in the front because we didn't want the kids to burn themselves. And Olivia is super tiny, so that even scared me even more to have the knobs in the back. But I'm sure if I would have said I would need a stove with the front knobs at the front and not in the way back, I'm sure they would have done that to make things accessible as best they could. But speaking of accessible, they do not make like ADA compliant hotel rooms. They're not made for little people. And I'm really not quite sure how they make them, because even if somebody is sitting in a wheelchair, they always can't reach the knobs in the back of the sink, especially if they have shorter arms. I definitely can't see in the mirrors, and I cannot reach the sink, turn the knobs on and off. And the toilets are so high, it's like being in the Olympics pole vaulting to get on the toilet in an ADA compliant room. And ADA is, for those people who don't know, that's the Americans with Disability Act. And hotels and restaurants have worked really hard at becoming compliant. And a lot of it is based off of their research of people in wheelchairs, and not necessarily for individual differences. And here in the state of Wisconsin, they don't have to modify countertops and things like that for a person like me who lives in an apartment, because we kind of choose to live that way. So we use stools and different types of adaptive things, like we put our paper towel way up high in the pantry, and we use an umbrella to flick it down. And you have to be really good at flicking something and catching it all at once.
I, I've had to flick stuff myself.
Exactly. It's not always that easy. And we take up the same amount of space. We probably just have just as much stuff as the next person, that we don't, we still need to take up all the same space, in our closets. But I don't have a step ladder here at all or anything like that. So it just makes it a little, step ladder, that's too much. And then where do you put that step ladder? Then you have to store everything. So a lot of things that I choose, but I do want to do a lot that kind of walks through my home and how I do things and how maybe I reach things. And maybe some of those ideas will work very well for a lot of people, even people who aren't quote unquote little people, And
Sorry,
all
I
the
keep having to mute because you know who is barking. No
oh
buff.
yeah. Well, maybe you need to pay a little bit more attention to them. But I
Yeah,
know,
because I don't ever do that.
right? That's why they're so spoiled. Everything you do, if you walk in one room, they walk to that room. If
Oh my gosh.
you have to go potty, they're in the potty.
Yeah.
You just never catch a break, do you?
It's like having toddlers, honestly.
Yep.
But I love them. They're worth it.
Yeah, I think so. Very much so. But even adult children follow you wherever you go
Yes,
when they're
they
home.
do.
They do. Oh, wait, mom. I'm like, can't I go to the bathroom? But mom, I have to tell you. It's just some of those. Something. And another thing, but I want to get into this a little bit deeper on another evening. But jobs that are associated with height, that have a height requirement, um, something that I'm very passionate about, and I know my son is, that you have to be a certain height in order to get into the military, and especially the Marines, which he really, really wanted to do. But there's so many restrictions and jobs like being a flight attendant. I wanted to be a flight attendant. I even went to travel school, but you have to reach the overhead bins for safety purposes, safety reasons. And my excuse was, well, I'll just ask one of the passengers if they can do that for me and I'll teach them how to do it. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
My son, my oldest
so
son wanted to join the Marine Corps,
yeah. Mhm.
but he was born with only one kidney,
With what?
and they turned. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it
Are,
Nova?
are you talking about like NP, his genetic
Well,
difference,
yeah, because of Neil Patella, he was born with only one kidney,
right?
and he
In the
had
military,
to,
you need to.
yeah, he had to, disclose the fact that he was born with one kidney, and that was the only reason I turned
Wow.
him down to join the Marine Corps. He was so upset, but I mean, he's fine now, but
Right
this
at that
was,
time. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was 7 years ago, and he really wanted to carry on that tradition because his father was a Marine,
Right.
and because he had one kidney, they denied him. So,
Wow.
yeah,
And
they're very particular.
and that's just like my son. He really wanted to be in the Marines because my dad was. And
Mhm.
he would meet with like every recruiter, Army, Air Force, you name it. They all knew him by first name every time they went to his school, but based on the height requirement, it makes it very challenging. And a lot of times, like being a police officer, even they really don't have a height requirement, but your physical ability has such um, high requirements, like how much you can lift, how fast you have to run, and those types of things that just really doesn't work out for people, of shorter stature. Gatorhead, Georgia mom, yes. LOL, sorry, I'm listening on TV and not paying attention to chat.
Go dogs, Gator hater, go dogs.
Oh my gosh,
I
how
see your
sweet.
avatar.
Yep. Let's check that avatar. See, there she goes.
Woo, go dogs. Woof, woof, woof.
That's so funny. Here we have the Packers, and that's like an NFL team, but I'm really not into that. Steve's a big Cowboys fan, always has been, and in Wisconsin, it's pretty dangerous being a Cowboys fan and not a Packer fan.
Isn't he a dogs fan too, though?
For college, I think
Yeah,
so. I
yeah, I
think
think he
so.
is. Ask him.
I will. He like disappeared.
Oh, did he?
He disappeared.
Mr.
Otherwise, he was in here.
Spicy,
I
Mr.
know.
Spicy, come back. We need you. Are you a dogs fan?
Am I? I have friends who are dogs
No,
fans.
I'm
Oh, wait,
asking
you
Mr.
are.
Spicy.
Oh, he's in another room.
Samantha, not the Gators. No, Samantha.
Okay, so is it the Florida Gators?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm not that familiar with college football, a little bit, like Purdue and
I still
Wisconsin
love you.
Badgers.
I still love you, Samantha, but boo on the Gators.
Exactly. I'm just looking. I had so many other things. But when we do travel, we always take, let's bring up Samantha here. Hold on. She's here. Hey, my dear.
Hello.
I'm
Hey,
s-
Samantha, go dogs.
Hi, honey.
I'm so glad you're here. Are you feeling a little bit better?
No, I've got just a nasty headache today and it just doesn't want to go away. I think it's my sinuses, but
Mhm.
I am a Gators fan and always will be because that's where my daughter got her PhD
Uh-huh.
and they made it they did everything they could to give
Uh-huh.
her all of the benefits of giving her a job and making her a resident of Florida so she wouldn't have to pay for out of state schooling. So she worked for the University of Florida the whole time she was there so she could establish residency. So that made her tuition a little more affordable. So
Right.
I
What a
am a
great idea.
Gators fan because they were so good to her.
I'm just turning off my camera for a second here, but I'm still here. I just needed to fix something.
I'm just
And
kidding with you, Samantha. You
I
know how
know,
that
and so is Gator Hater and I have had this thing for a long time, and it's always been all in fun. And that's the only reason I did the Go Gators was because I heard you. It hurt my head too much to read the comments, so I
Right.
figured I might as well just come up live to explain it.
I
it's a
know.
fun rivalry, the Gators and the Dogs. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's all in fun. We love you,
it's
girl.
all in fun, and hey, the bottom line is I don't know any team from the other. So,
You're just like me, Samantha. Just like me.
and I really don't care either. So,
Right.
except I do like the Boston Red Sox baseball team.
Oh,
Well, if you grew up in Georgia,
right.
Oh, I know.
you should be a Dogs fan. It's just
I grew up part of the time in Rhode Island, and then when I was
right.
16 to North Carolina.
Well,
So,
I'm gonna say this one time just for you. Are you ready?
okay. Mm-hmm.
Chomp chomp.
That's right. Thank you. Chomp chomp.
I'll never say it again, so you're welcome.
Right. That's so funny. I always thought it would be cool, like to go to Louisiana or even like in way southern Mississippi and go like on
Oh,
one of those airboats and check out the gators in the fields. Or even you can do that in Florida too, I think.
I've been down the
Yeah, you can.
Okefenokee Swamp in Georgia, and I've seen gators on the banks.
Wow. Where is
I've
that in
canoed.
southern Georgia?
I, where is it? Just keep it
So
real. Okefenokee Swamp.
so some of it is in southern Georgia and then some of it is in northern Florida.
Well, we did. Okay. Well, we camped in at first in St. Mary's Island.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful there. So
For
beautiful.
a while, yeah, we did that for several days, and then we went to the Okefenokee Swamp and canoed
Hmm.
down it. And it had been cold the night before, so all of the gators were sunning themselves on the banks. And I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared. It was fun, actually.
Gator says, unfortunately, born and raised in Hellerida, or Rita. How do you say that? Florida. Florida.
I never heard of that place.
Me neither. But a lot of my family is in Southwest Georgia. I don't know where that is. I know that I've heard like Bama, Florida, or whatever. Bam,
Florida, Bama.
Florida, Bama. That's it.
Yeah.
So that must be like southern Alabama, right on the border of Florida, or
So Gator Hater's talking about the area that I don't want to say her name. She
Well,
lives
Gator
there.
hater, even if you hate the Gators, I love you anyway.
it's just
It's all
Florida,
in good fun.
but it's held to you. LOL. Now, you're in central Florida. I love Florida. I really do. Like, I love to vacation there. I like to be next to a pool on the beach or laying on the beach. It's just one of those places I don't really have to do anything.
Well, I despised Gainesville, Georgia, where the University of Florida is, and where my daughter lived for the 7 years she was at the University of Florida. And the reason I say I hate it is because it was so hot and humid there. It just, not all of Florida
Well,
is
not
like
only
that bad.
that, the whole Ted Bundy thing.
It was
Mhm.
just
Remember that?
oppressive in Gainesville. Yeah.
Right. It is. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
But
Gator, my sister lives in Orlando. Gator Hater.
oh, and that's like considered central Florida kind of ish.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Spicy, are you a dogs fan?
Georgia Bulldog? Is that
Yes.
what- No.
I thought you told Just Keep It Real you were. She's like very upset with
Oh,
you.
you did tell me that. You did
Yes,
tell
I'm not
me
doing
that.
I'm not.
He must sounded good. So Mr. Just Keep It Real would hear like they had something in common.
I'm actually a Sooner fan when if it came to college, like football.
A Sooner.
It's Oklahoma.
Oh,
So it's not one of their rivals, I don't think. But
right.
Gator, Mr. Spicy, can he hear me?
yes.
Can you hear him?
Mr. Spicy, Gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear him. Gator Hater said you're a fake, Mr. Spicy. You're a fake.
Yeah, you're a fraud, a fake. He's funny. All he cares about is the
Our
Dallas
dogs.
Cowboys.
That's what I only really care about is pro football, the Cowboys.
Yeah. We even have to upgrade our TV system when it's Cowboys season.
Oh.
I know.
What about the
He does like
Wisconsin
his Cowboys.
cheeseheads?
I hate the Packers.
Oh, he does not like the Packers. He's been to a Packers game when they played the Cowboys, though.
Oh.
But he would rather be in Dallas watching the Cowboys from their stadium. And me, I used to really be into football when Brett Favre was playing for the Packers. And then when like he retired,
I was going to
I
say
just-
you're aging yourself, Susie.
I know. I really
So,
liked him, and
Susie-
that was the only reason.
Susie,
Uh-huh.
I think it's funny that you brought Brett Favre up because do you want to know something about him?
He's from Mississippi.
You want to know something else very interesting about him?
No, what?
He's my ex-brother-in-law.
Oh, wow.
He's what?
He is my ex brother-in-law.
No way.
Swear to God.
So he
Wow.
was married to her sister.
No, Just Keep It Real was not married to her sister.
Brett Favre was married to her sister.
No.
No, no.
He was married to my ex-husband's sister.
Oh, okay. Now I see. What
So he was married to your ex-husband's sister.
Yes.
Was that when the girl that he went to college or high school with?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, and she was, we don't like her, so I can say this. She
All
was
right.
a heavy drug user,
Uh-huh.
and that wasn't good for his, this was early on in his college days, right?
Right.
When he was playing for the Falcons,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't good for his image. So, yeah, I got a lot of stories about them.
My goodness. Well, that would be really fun. We'll have to
But
put it on
he is
FaceTime.
yeah, I got a lot of stories. He's a good guy.
Right.
She wasn't a good person. I haven't talked to her in many years.
Right.
She's estranged from the family, but yeah, that's my ex-brother-in-law, y'all.
Wow. Because I know the woman he's married to now, he's been with her for a very long time.
Yes, and they are doing very well. Yes, I'm happy for him.
Oh, that's good. He is so stinking cute with that little scruff on his face. Oh, he was mighty fine. And he still is, you know. He's a little thicker, chunkier now as he's getting
Right.
older. But you know me, I like those chunky, thicker guys.
But yeah, he was a good guy. She problem, and like I said, she's estranged from all the family because she's just a POS, you know.
Right.
But that's my claim to fame.
Oh my goodness. Wow. But at least you didn't date Luke Bryan. Just saying, if you really want to get your name out there.
Well, if I wanted to lie about it, I could say that.
Oh, right. Because you have no pictures or nothing. I would keep
No.
all those pictures. Are you kidding me? If I did.
Of
But
course you
Gator,
would. That's an inside joke, y'all.
yes, it is. It's kind of funny. It is. But of course, you know me, I'm like so gullible. So of course I believe that.
Did you
But
really?
like really
I
didn't.
didn't.
I just didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, great. Oh, yeah. But
I didn't
Gator,
believe it because if that were true,
right?
because she sends us or sent us pictures of everything else, she definitely would have sent pictures of those. You know,
Exactly. Right.
never saw one.
Yep.
Gator Hater knows what we're talking about.
She
Of
kind of
course, it
figured
was
it
a
was.
lie. Of course,
Right. Gator Hater was talking about, I think you were talking about Central Florida. It used to be until all the construction and growth. It's just like Atlanta at 5 p.m., 10
Yeah.
times every day. Oh my gosh. I still remember we had a 20-minute drive to meet with Just Keep It Real, and it took us over 2 hours to go literally on a like,
Terrible.
yes, and the roads and the highways through and around Atlanta aren't like they are in any other city I've ever been in. It's crazy.
It's awful.
Yeah, it is. Like, you know, if you go to Chicago, and Chicago is, but everywhere you go, there's like things are close to an interstate. But in Atlanta, to go from like the north side of Atlanta to the east side, there's like really no interstate that like kind of takes you directly there. It's on these little highways that have stoplights every 500 feet, at every little intersection, and they stop and they're red. And that's kind of how we figured that out. Even going into downtown Atlanta, it was quite the little nightmare we felt. But Gator Hater, you're so cute. You kind of figured. I know I'm very gullible and I truly believe a lot of things. But if I think about them long enough, then I'll start to question my thinking.
But Susie, looking back on it, when she
Right.
told us that,
Yeah.
she would have sent us pictures because she was like, oh, yeah, I spent Christmas and Thanksgiving with his family. Okay. We know y'all took pictures. Where are they?
Right. Exactly.
Crazy.
Because I would have.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but my kind of country singer who I still think is so incredibly handsome is Garth Brooks. I think he's just my type of guy, scruffy, thicker. I think he's so cute. Gator Hater says in her hallucination.
Her hallucinations. Exactly.
Yeah. Hallucinating. Yeah.
I'm
She's
gonna hop
been
down,
Samantha's
y'all.
laughing because she. Okay, girl. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope
I'm
so
gonna
too. It was so good to talk to you today.
yeah, I'm gonna fill up my water and get my goldfish crackers. That's
For something to eat. They're
all I've
enjoy-
had today.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you feel better tomorrow.
I hope so too. I have a nail appointment.
Yeah, you can't miss that. I'm
fun.
telling you.
No, I can't miss that.
It's an important event. That's what I was going to say too. They don't make for little people when you get pedicures and you sit in that big chair. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
even sit back and relax. I have to sit on the edge of that
Oh,
big
that's not good.
chair. It's not very comfortable. I mean, it does the job,
I'll have to
but
tell my yeah.
yeah, you're gonna have to say, have you ever thought about having little
Yeah.
people in your salon?
I'll bet they
Exactly.
have. I wonder what they've done.
I know that they don't have shorter, smaller chairs.
Well, whether I have a headache tomorrow or not, I will be getting my nails done.
Well, that's good. And it hopefully will make you start feeling better.
All
That's
right, y'all.
all right, my
Good
dear.
night.
You
Good night,
too.
well, good night,
Bye,
chat.
Samantha. Bye,
Love
sweetheart.
you all.
Bye, my dear. Good night.
Good night.
Oh my gosh. It's so nice to be able to have people talking and conversating in person, like
It's so
we just
sweet.
did, because you can kind of like, she talked about her nails and I'm like, oh yeah, that's another thing the world didn't make for little people.
Yeah.
They didn't make those, but it was this evening has been fun. It's been pretty low key and it was nice.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I know I'm
Love it.
going on an hour, but thanks for being up here, my dear. And
You're
Gator,
welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
definitely. And I hope all of you have a good night. And I will be back on Wednesday.
Right, bye.
All right, my dear. Good night.